Book 10, The Vegas Illusion. Mina sat quietly at her desk, staring at the newest email from her birth mother in Korea. Outside her window, rain softly tapped against the glass. Inside, her heart felt heavy. Over the past few weeks, the emails between Mina and her birth mother had become longer and more emotional. At first, they only talked about simple things like weather, favorite foods, and daily life. But now, her birth mother was finally telling the full truth about the past. Mina slowly read the message again. Her birth mother explained how she had fallen in love with a college professor when she was young. He promised they would build a future together. But when she became pregnant with Mina, everything changed. He became afraid. He refused to help. And suddenly, Mina's birth mother was alone. Tears filled Mina's eyes as she continued reading. Her birth mother tried to raise Mina herself. She dropped out of school and worked different jobs, but nothing was enough. She could not afford daycare, rent, food, and medical bills all at the same time. Finally, after months of struggling, she made the painful decision to place Mina for adoption. But the regret came immediately. Her birth mother even returned to the adoption agency later, begging for Mina back. It was too late, the email said. Mina stared at those words for a long time. A deep ache spread through her chest. For the first time, she understood how much pain her birth mother had carried all those years. That night, Mina opened a giant binder sitting on her desk. Inside were maps, schedules, Korean language notes, travel plans, and pages filled with handwritten ideas. At the front, she had written, Operation Summer Connection. Mina had spent weeks planning a 2-month trip to Korea. She wanted to learn Korean, spend time with her mom, and learn about her roots. The trip to Korea earlier in the year had changed something deep inside her. Before, Korea felt distant and mysterious. Now it felt personal, like a missing part of herself was slowly waking up. Taking a deep breath, Mina carried the binder downstairs during dinner. I want to show you something, she said nervously. Sarah and David exchanged careful looks. Mina opened the binder across the table. I want to spend 2 months in Seoul this summer, she explained quickly. I planned everything already. Language classes, activities, volunteer work, all of it. David slowly flipped through the pages. The binder was incredibly detailed. Every hour was carefully organized. Sarah looked impressed, but worried at the same time. Mina, she began softly. It's important to me, Mina interrupted. After hearing her story, I need to understand more about my roots. Honey, he said carefully, we understand why this matters to you, but 2 months is too long. Mina felt her stomach sink. I planned everything. We know, Sarah said gently, but you're still young. David nodded firmly. And honestly, we're worried. We can't supervise you there that long, and neither of us can leave work for 2 months. She's my mother too, she whispered. We know, Sarah said softly. But this conversation is final, David added. We have to think about your safety first. Those words hit Mina like a slug to the chest. Mina suddenly felt like her dreams had been swept out from under her feet. For several seconds, she could not speak. Finally, she pushed her chair back quietly. Okay. But she did not feel okay at all. Over the next few weeks, something changed inside Mina. She still attended family movie nights. She still went to school. She still spent time with friends. But emotionally, she felt far away from everyone, like an invisible wall had formed around her heart. Even Liam noticed. One afternoon, while sitting beneath a cherry blossom tree, he gently squeezed her hand. "You feel distant lately," he admitted quietly. Mina looked down sadly. "I think part of me is still in Korea." Liam nodded slowly. He did not fully understand. One night, Mina stared at the Korea binders sitting on her desk. Suddenly, anger rushed through her chest. She grabbed the binder and threw it into the trash. The thick stack of papers landed with a dull thud. Mina expected to feel relief. Instead, she only felt emptier. But slowly, things began changing again. Instead of giving up completely, Mina started studying Korean online by herself. She practiced phrases every night and video called her birth mother regularly using translation apps. At the same time, she returned to practicing magic tricks. Unlike music, magic helped distract her mind. Magic was about puzzles, precision, and practice. For the first time in weeks, Mina finally felt her mind becoming lighter again. A few days later, David approached Mina carefully. "You're really good at planning trips," he admitted. "Since Korea isn't happening this summer, your mom and I were wondering if you'd like to plan a family vacation to Las Vegas." Mina blinked in surprise. "Vegas?" David nodded. "The entertainment capital of the world." Slowly, excitement sparked inside Mina again. Las Vegas had giant hotels, attractions, and famous magicians. Maybe this was not the trip she originally wanted, but maybe it could still become something special. Soon, Mina attacked the Vegas planning with full energy. She researched hotels, restaurants, attractions, and performances. Her favorite choice was the Luxor Hotel, shaped like a giant pyramid. Every page of the new binder became color-coded and organized perfectly. One magician especially caught Mina's attention: Murray Sawchuk. Unlike many magicians, Murray did not pretend to have real powers. He joked constantly, laughed at himself, and treated magic like fun instead of mystery. Mina loved that. "He actually enjoys performing," she explained excitedly to Maya. At school, Mina slowly started feeling like herself again. Her friends noticed immediately. "You're finally back," Sophia smiled. Mina laughed. It felt good to be herself again. One evening, David smiled at Mina and said, "You girls can invite one friend." Mina nearly screamed. Even better? The girls would get their own adjoining hotel room. It felt too good to be true. But choosing a friend became unexpectedly difficult. Mina worried about hurting people's feelings as she had so many friends. Each of them had different personalities. Some were energetic, some were dramatic, some were quiet, some clashed easily. Finally, Maya spoke up. "What about Svetlana?" Mina paused thoughtfully. Svetlana was gentle, kind, and easygoing. And after everything she'd been through moving from Russia to America, she deserved a happy adventure. "That's the right choice," Mina agreed. When they invited Svetlana, her eyes widened in complete shock. "Las Vegas?" she gasped. Then her expression fell sadly. "My family cannot afford something like this." Mina smiled warmly. "You don't have to worry. My parents already said they'll cover it." Svetlana looked completely speechless. Then she hugged Mina tightly. "You are serious?" Mina laughed. "Very serious." For the first time in months, everything finally felt exciting again. When the giant Luxor pyramid finally appeared in the desert, Svetlana pressed her face against the car window. "This place looks fake," she whispered. Honestly, Mina agreed. Las Vegas felt unreal. Massive lights flashed everywhere. One hotel looked like Paris, another looked like ancient Rome, another had canals and boats floating indoors. Vegas was beautiful and grand, but it also felt strange, like the entire city was pretending to be something else. The girls spent several days exploring spas, roller coasters, shopping malls, buffets, and comedy shows. Meanwhile, David rented motorcycles with other dads and acted like a teenager again. Even Sarah looked happier and more relaxed than she had in months. For the first time in a long while, the family genuinely felt close again. Finally, the night of Murray Sawchuk's show arrived. The moment Murray stepped onto the stage, Mina was completely mesmerized. He mixed magic with pranks, humor, and intentional accidents. The entire theater exploded with laughter constantly. After the show, Mina's dad surprised her with backstage passes. Mina nearly fainted, and she got to meet him after the show. "You're Mina." Murray smiled warmly. "I've heard all about your magic videos." Mina blushed immediately. Then she nervously asked the question she had secretly wanted answered for years. "How do you stop being nervous before performing?" Murray smiled knowingly. "You don't." Mina blinked. "What?" "Being nervous is a good thing," Murray explained. "Butterflies mean you care." Mina listened carefully. "If you stop feeling nervous," Murray continued, "that's when you should worry. Nervousness means you still want to do your best." Those words hit Mina deeply. For years, she had been terrified of bad comments, not being perfect, or making big mistakes. Maybe nervousness was not weakness after all. Maybe it was proof that something truly mattered. Then, Mina asked Murray if he wanted to see a trick. Using a deck of cards and her Korean fan, Mina performed one of her most difficult illusions. She performed this trick in the talent contest and caught his card perfectly with her fan. Even Murray became completely confused, trying to follow her hands. When the trick ended, his jaw dropped. "How did you do that?" Mina grinned mischievously. "Ancient Korean secrets," she whispered dramatically. Murray burst into laughter. For the first time, Mina truly felt confident in her magic. Not because she was perfect, but because she finally stopped being afraid to try. On the drive home from Vegas, Mina stared quietly out the car window. The bright city lights slowly disappeared behind them. Vegas had been exciting and completely overwhelming. But underneath all the lights and illusions, Mina had learned something important. You cannot build your life around perfection. You cannot wait forever to stop being nervous. And sometimes the biggest magic trick of all is simply believing in yourself enough to finally step onto the stage. On the ride home, Mina had a great idea. She wanted to do her own concert and magical performance and raise money for moms like hers back in Korea. They would sell food, raffle items, and accept donations. Her family helped her come up with great ideas for art and food, and even came up with the idea to start a charity and name it after her friend Chloe, who died the previous year. Mina still had many problems and worries to think about, but by thinking of helping others in bad situations, it helped her to feel better about herself. For the first time in a while, she felt optimistic and was excited for what the future would bring.